So today I'm going to give you a little trick. It's actually not a trick, it's actually a way to recharge or reprogram your mind. And I've done this for years with people in many different situations. Everything from relationship to health to sales. I mean, any parenting, anything you can imagine, because it's a basic core fundamental piece that you need to use when you're communicating. And communication is a way of being able to interact with each other, to influence people. Like I've said before, you're either influencing, right, or you're being influenced, right? So when we talk about this, I want to show you a few examples of how we do this in a very simple format. So when someone comes to me and they say to me, you know, I don't have any money, you know, I can't make any money, then I can take that conversation. I can agree, and I say, yeah, you're right, you don't have any money. Yeah, I feel sorry for you, right? I can do that. Or I can say, hey, I don't have any money, and I can go, hey, listen, it's not that you don't have any money, you don't have any habits to generate money, you don't think about money, you don't take the time to set goals when it comes to habits. But when you start setting money goals, and you start thinking about what you want to create, and now you can start adding value to people's lives. Because you can ask the question, if somebody says, I don't have the money, no, it's like you don't have the money, you're not adding value to people's lives. And if you add value to people's lives and you begin to do that, you begin to change your direction and you start making more money. Or sometimes people come to me and say, hey, I'm fat. And I can go and agree and say, yes, I agree, or I understand what it feels like, you know, I'm fat too, and it's hard, it's tough, man. I also feel like in my belly, like, you know. Or I can go, hey, it's not that you're fat, it's that you don't take care of your body, right? You don't take care of your body, you don't have the habits, right? I'm fat. No, it's not that you're fat, it's that you don't have the habits. You don't have the morning routines. You don't have the ways of taking care of yourself. You're not eating properly. But when you begin to have the right habits, the right exercise habits or eating habits or thinking habits, when you make different choices, right, then you will begin to change your body. So reframing really comes down to being able to change the direction of the thoughts. It comes down to changing the programming. Because when someone says, I'm this, part of it is like, I'm not going into that today, that's a different topic, but talking about identity. When someone says, I am, they're attaching an identity to this problem frame that they're creating, and we're creating a new frame, right? So think about a thought. You're stuck in this thought, you know, I'm fat, I'm broke, you know, nobody loves me. Whatever the problem frame that they're creating, you can take that frame and you say, hey, it's not about this, it's about that. And you can make it about anything, because whatever they're doing, they're stuck in their brain in this thought loop. And your job as a friend, as a lover, as a coach, as a parent, as a teacher, as a boss, whatever situation you are in, you have the opportunity and the freedom and the flexibility to change the conversation. You are in control to be able to influence this conversation to go in a different way, in a way that supports the person and yourself to be more efficient. We talked about this before, about creating problems or creating obstacles. Obstacles are when you see things as in the way rather than being on the way. So when you create things that are on the way, you change the direction of the conversation. So when someone says, hey, you know, it's impossible to find the right partner, I can't find the love of my life, right? Then you can take that conversation and say, hey, it's not that you can't find the love of your life, it's that you haven't set out a priority to actually be engaging and being social and understanding other people. But once you begin to create an interest, you become interested instead of trying to be interesting. When you try to be interested in other people, you start building relationships. And when you start building relationships, you're really going to have a different way of interacting with people, and you're going to be more social, and you're going to be more likable, and you're going to have meaningful conversations. And now you're making the opportunity to have a relationship. Is that making sense? You can take any of these conversations and take them in any direction, right? People say to me all the time, you know, when they're going to buy something, you know, I have to think about it. Listen, it's not that you have to think about it. So you need to be clear about what you really want. And once you understand what you want, you can just go for it. Hey, let's do this right now. And you make a deal happen. That was my little tip for today on changing the frame of the conversation. Peace out.